President Trump is in Switzerland, where he addressed the World Economic Forum. The big focus of his speech, Greenland, and his desire for the U.S. to take control of the country from Denmark. We are getting the facts tonight. Joining us now is Lou Jacobson from PolitiFact. Lou, thanks for being here. Hours after his speech, he made this post the president did on Truth Social, saying he met with the NATO Secretary General and wrote in part, quote, formed the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland. And Lou, you looked into Trump's remarks at the forum. One claim he made was that the U.S. gave Greenland back to Denmark. What did you find about this?
Yeah, so that is definitely misleading. In World War II, when Germany invaded Denmark, the U.S. took over responsibility for Greenland's defense and established a military presence on the island that is still there, although smaller now than it was then. But the U.S. never owned Greenland, so therefore it couldn't have given it back. Trump was more accurate, though, when he said that during World War II, quote, we saved Greenland and successfully prevented our enemies from gaining a foothold in our hemisphere.
Lou, the president also discussed the issue of affordability here in the U.S., saying the prices from groceries to energy to airfares and mortgage, rent and car payments are all down. What can you tell us about that claim?
So the accuracy of this statement is more of a mixed bag. He has a point that for a few of these things, such as rates for mortgages, they have definitely fallen from about 7% when he took office down to about 6% today. And airfares are also down, as are the price of new and used cars. But the picture is more mixed in terms of grocery and energy prices. The price of groceries has kept going up at rates similar to how fast they were rising during Joe Biden's final year in office. Prices for some specific items, including eggs, bacon, dairy products, and bread, are down during Trump's second term, but the prices for lots of other staples have gone up, including ground beef, steak, chicken breasts, coffee, fruits and vegetables, and sugar and sweets. In terms of energy, the cost of electricity is up significantly. It costs about 7% more than it did about a year ago. But the good news is that gasoline prices have been falling, have been falling significantly, especially over the past few months.
And finally, Lou, the president made a comment about windmills and China, saying China makes almost all windmills. And you found this is something he's been claiming for months now.
Yeah, so I mean, China is definitely a very big windmill producer, but he said, I haven't been able to find any wind farms in China. That's a thing he started saying several months ago, and it's a real puzzler. We actually gave this several months ago when we first heard it our worst possible rating at Pants on Fire. China has about 44% of the world's wind farm capacity, and this means it actually ranks first in the world in terms of wind capacity, nearly 3 times what the U.S. has today. And also, China ranks first in the world in terms of future wind farms planned.
Lou Jacobson with PolitiFact. Thank you so much for your time.
Great, thank you.